It's always kind of funny because you sound like you hear him getting a little bit down. God, Jesus, right at the gut, girl. Hi, angels. So today we are doing, at some point in the color rainbow spectrum, the color ready. Blue. Blue, I'm very excited about it because I think a lot of times I say that I'm excited about every color that we do, partly because I am, but I'm really excited about blue because you don't see a lot of blue in edible nature. There's tons of blue in nature, but in edible nature we feel like it doesn't exist, and it actually does. So we're gonna talk about some kind of interesting ingredients today. We're only gonna make two beverage recipes. One's a smoothie, one's a lemonade slash tea slash hot toddy kind of situation, depends on the mood that you're in. We're gonna do our first blue ingredient. Check this out, look at this color. Isn't that so beautiful? I'm sure you've heard of it, but this is E3 Live, or Blue Majik, sometimes you hear it being called. And I think a lot of times we're used to seeing, like, you know, the blue smoothie bowls or things like that, but you don't actually know what it is. It's actually an extract of spirulina, incredibly good for you, really good for your joints, inflammation, lots and lots of protein, tons and tons and tons of benefits. Kind of smells like the ocean. How insanely beautiful is that? We're gonna use some ingredients that maybe you don't usually see in a smoothie. You do not have to follow this recipe exactly. I love it, but more than anything, I wanna talk about how to make a really good smoothie and how to batch smoothies. So I'm gonna add a few ingredients to help kind of batch your smoothies. First ingredient, coconut water. It's about 2.5 cups of coconut water. We're gonna dump this in. I'm probably gonna spill it, my bad. Oh, actually it didn't. Good job, Soph. I like to use coconut water in smoothies because I love the flavor of coconut water, but another reason is when you're batching smoothies, you wanna make smoothies for 3 or 4 days into the future, you have to be really mindful with using almond milks or nut milks because a lot of times they separate and we don't want our smoothies to separate. So coconut water is a great option for that. We're gonna throw in some banana and some pineapple, which are just because they're just my favorite. I love the flavor. We're also going to add hemp seeds and chia seeds. Delish, love it. Right in. This is sunflower butter, absolutely scrumptious. It's super nice and smooth too. So I love it for an added creamy factor. So for those who don't want to use any nut butters in your smoothies, don't worry about it. The key to really smooth smoothies is a little bit of coconut cream. And I mean just like this much. This is gonna keep your smoothie emulsified, nice and thick. It's not gonna separate even for 3 or 4 days. Just 1 teaspoon, or even if you want to use a tablespoon of coconut cream, you're good to go. I love the flavor that it adds to this, especially with the pineapple, so more is more to me. Even just a tiny little bit will really kind of set you free when it comes to keeping your smoothies from separating. Like most things, we're gonna add some lemon zest just because I think it's just nice and floral. It's a good balance. I love the flavor of lemon zest in almost everything. I think you've seen probably every video I've done, there's been some kind of lemon zest situation. I just love the flavor. We are also going to add a pinch of Himalayan sea salt, just for balance. It's really great for hydration as well. So now we're gonna add our Blue Majik, and I mean a good teaspoon. If you were making acai or blueberries, all right, I'm gonna blend, or strawberries in it, this might get kind of a mucky color, but it'll taste delicious. Can you look at this blue color? How insanely beautiful is that? Gorge, simple. And honestly, I'm not gonna do anything fancy. I'm not gonna garnish this because at home, you wouldn't garnish this. You would just drink it and it would be so delicious. Oh my God. It is so good. The only thing I'll tell you about algae, you cannot heat this. If you heat this, it'll break down the enzymes and it won't be doing anything good for you. You can use it in any smoothie. You could use it in a cold tea, even like a cold brew coffee. So we're gonna continue with blue. We're gonna make a butterfly pea lemonade. It's a very Yves Klein moment. We're gonna have some alchemical fun. It's gonna be great. Come and look at this. It's also called an Asian pigeon wing flower. How beautiful is this? Isn't this stunning? There, a lot of times in Burmese food, you'll see they'll take a few petals of it and actually throw it in when rice is cooking, and it will actually create this really beautiful blue tinge on your rice. So let's show you. So we've got some water here, and we're just gonna add in some of these flowers and let them steep. This water is hot. We're gonna let them steep. Look at what's happening. You can already see the blue starting to happen. You can also use cold water. You can cold brew with this stuff as well. We're gonna let this steep for about 5 to 8 minutes. It's considered a nootropic, very anti-stress. It's definitely herbal botanical, and caffeine free. It has a almost kind of mushroomy smell. We're gonna make a lemonade out of this, so it's gonna be really nice and tart and sweet. We're also As we add lemon, something really magical is gonna happen. This is a silicone ice cube mold. So if you wanted to, and since this has been heated, when you boil anything and put it in an ice cube tray, you actually create an ice cube that is completely see-through. You could actually take some and drop them in the middle of the ice cube tray when you put the tea in, and then afterwards you'll be able to see through the really beautiful butterfly pea in the inside, which is really, really cool. So there's a lot of really fun things you can do with this. And no need to heat, you can cold brew this stuff as well. No, there hasn't been, this is good. And you can rehydrate these. You can take them out of this water, let them dry, and add them back to water. So these are not garbage yet. So we've got our mixture here. We've got 2 cups with ice. So we're making kind of like a lemonade situation. So we're gonna take about 2 teaspoons of lemon and put it in these gorgeous cups. I'm also gonna add a few drops of stevia, nice and sweet, not too much. If you wanted to, you could garnish this with some lemon zest. We probably will, because you know I love lemon zest. But watch what happens when I pour this blue into this with the lemons. You can see here what's gonna happen. Look at that. So you see this is blue and this is now purple. Now, if I added more lemon to this, it would actually get really, really pink, which is so amazing. Just right on top, just a little added floral flavor. And you see it almost is getting more pink as things kind of mix together. It's immediate. So when you really taking this blue and adding, I mean, you see how immediate, it's immediate. It's so, isn't food amazing? It is just the most amazing thing to me. This is delicious. You don't have to add citrus. That rhymed, cute. It will taste just as good. Add ice, a little bit of stevia, you're good to go. But anytime you add any kind of acid, you're changing the pH. It's a fun thing you can do with your friends. Also, if you wanted to add alcohol to this, you totally could. If you think about it, it's only 3 ingredients. Pretty low lift. I mean, you can make this in 2 seconds. If you wanted to, just a teaspoon of this or a tablespoon, whatever, depending on how strong you want the flavor to be, put it in some water, leave it in your refrigerator overnight, and boom, you have a cold brew version. You actually don't even need to heat this at all. In terms of like medicinal value, it's a nootropic, so it's very anti-stress, really great for calming. What we're trying to do here is just sort of like be a resource and let people know that how to expand your sort of like repertoire of things that you have and things that you use every day, because this is so low lift and so interesting. You should definitely be using it. So this beautiful butterfly pea lemonade. Oh, it's really good. Damn. You know when you make something and you're like, wow, can't believe I made that. So if you wanted to create a really interesting icing, maybe you want to make a cake, or maybe you want to make a blue kind of sauce. So we've got this blue, and you want to come in and you want to also make like a blue situation, and we come in with a whisk here. If you've got an insane concentrate of this, super, super blue, so thinking maybe about a 1/4 cup of the butterfly pea to a 1/4 cup of water, really tight, tight, tight concentration, and you add a little bit of whatever kind of liquid, whether it's oat milk, coconut cream, etc., you're gonna have a really awesome color and not a strong flavor. Whereas with the Blue Majik, you might be able to create a really beautiful blue color, but you are going to taste it, right? So this is really great. Butterfly pea flavor would not come through, which I think is really, really great. So again, this is also a really great option for a food coloring that doesn't have the same intense ocean flavor that the Blue Majik does. Another thing, remember, you add some acid to this, you're gonna have a pink sauce or a purple sauce. So that's really cool too. Food is so much about science, and this is where it gets really, really fun when you start changing with pHs and thickening things and adding in and making sauces and doing things where you can really decorate, sort of thinking outside of the box of just taste and really thinking about how to make things look, which I'll say for me that even like working with Violette, like part of what inspires me is so much is about color, which is why this all makes sense. So honestly, just have fun in the kitchen. That's all she wrote. Ooh.